All right, what's going on, man? What's going on? I was on a quick call real fast. We early, we early, we early, we early, early, we early. Hold on, I forgot. I was actually supposed to. Let me mute that. I was supposed to come over here to good old. What? Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me drop this link real fast. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Let me load up my chat. What up? 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 What's going on? Say something to me in the chat. Let me know y'all in here. Y'all can hear me. Let me get a mic check. 1, 2. What is this? Let me know what y'all got going on. Let me know. Let me come over here to the YouTube side real fast. See what's happening. Y'all gotta let me know y'all can hear me. I need a sound check. Please let me know. Let me get a sound check. Let me know you can hear me. Let me know. Let me know. Y'all can hear me? No? Hey, royalty. What's up? What up? What up? What up? Yo, what's up? I'm good. Thank you, Fifth House. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Everybody, as y'all come in, do me a favor. Click the thumbs up button for me. Click the thumbs up button for me as it helps the algorithm. Skills in the building. It's my guy. What you working with? 13 in the circle, man, in the triangle, man. What you working with all kind of esoteric things over there, man. What's going on? Skills. So, all right, man. What we got going on? What we got going on? Let me see what's going on. All right, everybody. Man, we got 2 podcasts. If you don't know, now you know. And so if you go to iTunes, Spotify, your Google, your Amazon, wherever you listen to your podcast, we got 2 of them, which is called Cosmic Conversations is one, Spiritual Politics is the other. Check them both out. Subscribe to them, man. Rate the show. We be dropping some stuff over there pretty soon. So definitely check those out. And that's just for you when you want to go, you want to listen to something. Check them out. Cosmic Conversations and Spiritual Politics. All right. So be sure that you catch that. All right. Also, man, I think somebody may have fell out on my personal reports on Patreon. So one slot may be available. It may be available. I need to go over there and check. So if you happen to go over there to the Patreon, you want to get a monthly personal report because I keep it limited to the general public. I got a whole bunch of people I take care of on a monthly basis from the old school that I only open it up for 10 people. So it may be one spot open. So you may want to check it out on patreon.com if you were one of those ones that were interested, but you couldn't get in because it was filled. Now will be your time and opportunity. In fact, I give you kind of insight. You probably want to check like on the first day of the month, because if a person canceled or didn't make payment and Patreon may have suspended their account or something, a slot may become available. So you may want to check that out over on the Patreon. But even if you don't want a personal report, man, definitely, I'm going to show you tonight, definitely why you should just join the regular tier. And plus, you know me, if you got a question, you know what I mean, I'm going to give it to you. It's just a personal report that you don't have on a monthly basis. But if you have a question about want to learn something, like I got an open line. You know what I mean? You can hit me up. We can have a conversation about it. I don't be tripping. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually, I love it when you do. Okay. All right. So check it out. Check it out. Check it out. All right. So let me see where we at here. All right. All right, man. So I need everybody that's coming in, get the thumbs up button for me. I don't know what's going on the YouTube side of things, but I need everybody that's in here to click the thumbs up button. Do I see OG Bruce Lee in the building? Do I see my man OG Bruce Lee in the building? What up, bro? What's happening? We're coming out in 2024 with the Fireman calendar with OG Bruce Lee. Be on the lookout for that soon. There go my Tanisha, the Leo. What's up? Hey, you. What's happening? Oh, did I tell you? I got some news for you. Belgium, mom, I think it was Belgium, lived there, ex-husband. That's how the conversation of exes came up. I got something to report to you, but what's happening, Tanisha? What's going on? Y'all ready? Y'all ready to rock and roll, man? We're gonna get in this pocket and we're gonna get out of this pocket, man. So y'all ready? Is y'all ready? Y'all ready? What time is it? 8:34. Jigga 1017. What up, though? What's happening? Assuming you from the D 1017. Gucci, man. It's my daughter's birthday. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's happening? And so, what'd you say, Tanisha? Do tell? Yeah. I'll tell you. It wasn't nothing deep. It was just that conversation came up, and that's how the subject of exes came up, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So it really wasn't nothing deep. He really couldn't think of. He really couldn't recall. All right, man. You ain't blocked in the chat, Mike P. I don't have no mods. I don't even know how to do that stuff. I need a mod. Who want to be a moderator? I don't even know how to do that stuff, bro. So you ain't blocked. I see you right here. You know what I'm saying? Mike P, the scientific mystic, one of the illest MCs out there. Mike P, when you gonna release some of that music we did, man? What's going on, man? Release some of this music. You know what I mean? All right, man. All right, so I'm gonna get in this pocket. We're gonna get in here. We're gonna get out of here. Let me do it like this. Let me add this to the stream, and I think you. That's cool. All right. So tonight, want to have a conversation about really what I identified as the 6 stages of enlightenment. Okay, and enlightenment is very interesting because the etymology of it literally means to be in the light. That's going to come up. Cheyenne, what's happening? I've been thinking about you lately too. But that's going to come up. Being in the light. Very important. Okay. So these are my personal opinion of the 6 stages, which in my school, this is the blueprint, and I'm gonna show you why it's the blueprint. All right. So let me blow this up for you. All right. So the highest level at the tiggity top is the rainbow body. That's number 7, or number 6 rather. Number 5 is going to be the incorruptibles, meaning they body don't decay after death. These 2 levels are after death. Okay. I thought it was over at death, but clearly I'm going to show you 2 phenomenons where it is not over at physical death. Okay. Now, in awakened state number 3, or what I call technically the 4th level in green, Nervical samadhi, this is going to be the highest state that you can be in while alive. Okay. And then the external light, the radiating waking state, okay? This state in yellow is where you have external light appearing around you. Now, when we get to the orange state where we're at, here is going to be what we know as inner alchemy, because there's some things you have to do to get a rainbow body. There's things you have to do to get an incorruptible body. There's things you have to do to reach Nervical samadhi. There's things you have to do to get the external radiating light. So where you see the golden stream, inner alchemy, where you see the first level, chakra activation, aka the 7 seals, which I'm gonna do that next week. We're gonna get on these 7 seals and revelations, talking about those churches are really the energy centers in your body. We're gonna have to go through that and translate that thing and show you that. Okay. So these are the 6 levels of it. All right. All right. Here we go. So let's deal with the highest one, the rainbow body after death. Okay.
9, both displaying a very unusually low rainbow.
This is after a Tibetan monk died.
Guru Rinpoche was one of the first to achieve rainbow body and leave his body's imprints in rock. But the rainbow body is not exclusive to Buddhists. Hindus, Jainists, Taoists, and Bonpo practitioners have all achieved this, even if they may call it something else. Ancient religions, as well as New Age movements, often speak about our essence being of pure light, and rainbow body seems to be evidence of this. You may think that even if it was possible, that achieving this is a complex journey of techniques and discipline, although it definitely isn't.
Okay. So, hold on. All right. So, the rainbow body is a state when a monk, usually a Tibetan monk or a practitioner of it, because you heard them say even the Taoists can get it, the Jainists can get it, anybody can attain it, but you just have to obviously put yourself on a strict discipline. Okay. And so this is the Tibetan symbol for Om, which is said to be the sound of the universe. I have firsthand experience. I wish I should have put that picture in here, where I hosted a group to Mount Shasta, but you went. I put it together, but I didn't go. Um, in Mount Shasta, California, Mount Shasta, in the forest of the mountain, you can hear this sound. Om. In 2006, I had the privilege to visit the mountain in a meditation in the forest, sat there, heard this Om sitting on a log. Om, just hear it. And for some strange reason, I don't know why, I started crying, just crying, tears coming out my eyes. I looked down and I swear to you, there was these big old ants looking up at me, prostrating to me. I swear to God, I'm not bugging, right? But if you're into, there used to be a bookstore in Pomeroy, Washington called, what's the name of that bookstore? Called Health Research, but I think they changed their names. And they sell all of the classic, great, what we call metaphysical books, where there's books written about Mount Shasta. You can go on crystallinks.com and type in Mount Shasta, and it's going to be stories about the mysteries in these phenomenal events occurring at Mount Shasta. The legend is there was a continent in the Pacific Ocean called Mu or Lumeria, and it sunk. And this is why that area on the Pacific Ocean from Mexico, California, and whatnot, Alaska, that's called the Ring of Fire because it's a lot of volcanic or earthquake activity. And so this continent was seeking, and its inhabitants of this ancient civilization went into California, Northern California, Mount Shasta. Okay. So if the earth has chakras and the earth has its own vortexes like Sedona, like Asheville, North Carolina, like Serpent Mound in Ohio, Mount Shasta is said to be one of these major earth chakras for the entire earth. Okay. Also, Mount Pisgah in North Carolina. Okay. So if you go here, there's a certain energy resonating there that will bring you to your, I ain't gonna say knees, but your spiritual knees. Now, I told the group this. I told you what my experience was. He takes a group there and asking, he was crying in the circle. The whole crew that was there were crying in the circle. Mount Shasta is a beautiful place for you to go to release subconscious, perhaps you maybe even be aware of it, conscious emotional engrams, emotional programming that's inside of us. It's a beautiful place to go. You should check it out. Okay. So, anyway, Shasta emits this sound called Om, which is the symbol that you see in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition. Okay. All right. And so, when they reach this state of the rainbow body, right, this monk actually, upon death, the body will shrink and sometimes disappear and the rainbow will appear, hence the term rainbow body. But this monk actually shrunk. Sometimes nothing is left but their hair and nails. Their bones would totally disappear. And again, a rainbow light would appear. So there's stages to the rainbow body where the body would shrink. In some cases, they say lightning comes, hits, and the person totally disappears. Okay. So this is a phenomenon that's known. You can research it. It is called the rainbow body. To me, it is the cream of the crop because I always say, well, snap, how can you disappear and you're dead? Make it make sense to me. You have consciousness still. To make your body physically disappear at death is amazing. This is my cherry on top of the whipped cream. Okay. All right. So it's very interesting because this is in the Bible. Oh, yeah. You're going to have to leave that Bible alone. What they say in Kings, as they come to, in regard to Elijah, as they continue walking and talking, a fiery chariot, which is light, with fiery horses separated the two of them, and Elijah went to heaven in a whirlwind. Yes? Oh, but what are they talking about here? Well, let's look at this. I wish I can blow that up a little bit, but that don't matter. The word for whirlwind is sar. And you see, I got it highlighted. It means whirl around, move forward. What? Energetically. To move forward energetically. So this is an energy thing. All right. And this is what the word looks like, sar. Now, I told you and showed you before. In Hebrew, we read from right to left, but each letter means at least two things. The first letter, Semek, which means support. Zodiac sign Sagittarius, which is a fire sign. The second letter, known as Ein, represents the eye, rules Capricorn. The last letter, Resh, is sun and head. So support I in the head. What do you mean supporting the I in the head? Hello? Don't this sound familiar? Your Egyptian all-seeing eye? The eye in the head, the thalamus. So whirlwind, or to move energetically, is really talking about a process that is in your head, or this eye that is in your head that is connected to sun, but sun is light. So it is talking about a light process in the eye of the head. And this is why when you start studying certain systems of meditation, they're going to tell you you're going to see a light. Close your eyes, focus in between the bridge of your nose or in between your eyes. You're going to see a light. So Elijah taken up in the whirlwind is an energetic inner process of consciousness. Don't believe me? This is why they're telling you. Hold on. What did they tell you? It was 2 horses. Well, you have 2 structures in your brain called the hippocampus. What Minister Jew tell you? You have 2 structures called the hippocampus, aka the C what? Horse. See, when this thing comes online, oh, we about to be moving and grooving. We about to be moving and grooving. So again, when you see that scripture say, sorry about that, fiery horses separated the 2. Fiery horses separated the 2. Man, these cats were ingenious. Geniuses that wrote that book. So it's talking about these horses in your brain that becomes activated via the light, hence consciousness, your thoughts, especially in conjunction with sunlight. Okay. Now, let's move to the 5th level, the incorruptibles after death.
Cole. I'm here at the Benedictines of Mary, where hundreds of people have been coming in and out all day to pay their respects, pray for, and visit the late foundress, Sister Wilhelmina.
It's nothing if not extraordinary.
It's absolutely a miracle. There's no question about it.
Sister Wilhelmina was exhumed April 28th, 4 years after her initial burial, but was discovered to be in what has been described as remarkable preserved condition, a phenomenon that many say make Wilhelmina's case for sainthood.
There's a legacy of incorruptibles in the Catholic Church, and so to be able to witness an incorruptible is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and it's something that many people don't ever get to do.
We were just so excited to hear this news that there's a saint right here in our area.
And many others sharing in Kosha's excitement to have this happen so close to home.
It was remarkable that I was able just to say, oh, I'll be seeing her later this afternoon. And yet this is a worldwide phenomenon that people know about it all over the world. And it's just been a few days.
And officials tell us the crowd is only going to get bigger as more and more people continue to travel from all over for this once-in-a-lifetime experience.
To be in the presence of such a holy woman and be able to touch her and touch my favorite necklace, my rosaries to her, and just to sit there and pray in the presence of Sister Wilhelmina was incredible. It was an honor. It's something I'll never forget. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
I decided that this was something that maybe our family should do, is come up here and see this miracle, because that's what, in the Catholic world, that's what we consider this to be, a true miracle.
The community will be placing Sister Wilhelmina in her new shrine May 29th, following the completion of the St. Joseph altar. Reporting from Gower, Missouri, Courtney Rowe, KQ2 News.
Okay. So we just saw Sister Wilhelmina. And check it. She was the foundress of the Benedictines of Mary. See, say what y'all want to say. That's why I keep Mary around me. I tap into that feminine energy. Say what you want to say. I go to grotto replicas of Bernadette and put my roses there, do my prayer. Say what you want to say. And this is, listen, this is why you have to be careful. I ain't gonna say careful. We got to elevate past the black and white thing on the surface. I'm not saying black and white contention don't exist. You have now witnessed a black woman believing in, and dig this, what if Jesus ain't real? What if he's just a state of consciousness? But her belief is so thorough that 4 years of being buried, her body is in an incorruptible state with skin on it, as if she just died. But the very thing she may believe in, she may think it was physical and historical, although it may have just been allegorical. That should show you something. It is the power of consciousness within us. What we believe is all that matters. Okay? You're also seeing white people coming and touching her and praying and using or requesting that black woman be an intercession or intercessory or intercessor rather for them on her or their behalf, right? Looks like the tables have turned, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the wave that I really like to ride, is looking at our success in every pocket that we can possibly find it. Okay. So this is a very, 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 very high state of being. Okay. I give you another incorruptible. This is the GOAT when it comes to healing. Man, let me say this clear so you can really see me. There is not a human being that lived, and bump it, I can even go into a fictional. Can't nobody touch this dude I'm about to share with you when it comes to healing. Okay? I'm telling you this right now. You can't touch this dude. This gentleman name is Saint Charbel from Lebanon. People, you listen, I'll drop a link where the monastery abbot who's talking in Lebanese, and you got to read the subtitles, is, and I showed this in the private membership before when we used to do a night with the saints. We did Saint Charbel. There's people with medical documents from the hospital that no longer have whatever it is that they was diagnosed with. In fact, in order to be considered a miracle, you have to have documentation from the hospital that states that you had something, and documentation that states that you don't have it no more, but they didn't give you no surgery. And then you have to take it to Lebanon. Don't believe me? Okay. Let me get out the way so y'all can see this. This dude has over 33,000 miracles. He's only been dead to date 125 years. So that's 264 miracles a year, which is almost one miracle per day. And this is medical miracles on the record. Since Saint Charbel has been deceased, there has been over 33,000 recorded miracles in his name. Say what you want to. You need the healing. You want to call on a very powerful intercessor. I'm giving it to you. It is Saint Charbel. Listen, Saint Charbel, when he died, his tomb used to leak a fragrance, a oil like cologne for many, many years, oil was coming out of his tomb. I just showed you his body, what it looked like. He's been dead for 125 years and still has a beard, still has a nose and skin. And Saint Charbel was a devout person who prayed to Mary, the feminine. Okay? I'm telling you, go to YouTube, Saint Charbel lives, speaks, or one or two. I'll find the link, but it's the monastery one where you have to read the subtitles, and you're going to see families with their children who are diagnosed with medical conditions who no longer have problems. And I'm gonna tell you something about Saint Charbel. That's a theme with him. People would be on the surgery table, and all of a sudden, when they're in their suspended state of consciousness, they see him. And then the doctors are coming and be like, oh, snap, ain't nothing. It's not here. The thing we was looking for is not there. Or the day that they about to get the surgery and they go to the exam, the final exam, before they go into surgery, it's gone. And these people had a vision of him. And a lot of these visions is Saint Charbel coming and playing doctor and operating on them before they go to physical operation and they no longer have the problem. This dude is a ghost doctor. Okay? Look into it. Saint Charbel. All right? Incorruptible. Now, in the Hindu aspect, this is my OG right here. I remember Jew first seeing him, was like, no, that's your daddy. Paramahamsa Yogananda. Again, this is who Steve Jobs had the only audiobook on his iPad was by this guy. This is the guy who wrote the autobiography of a yogi. He's the one that made yoga very popular in the United States of America, Yogananda. Yogananda's body was in an incorruptible state and smelled like perfume, the legend says, as they shipped his body from America and got back to India. And that took some time to get there. And his body did not decay. Yogananda is a monster, because maybe I won't forget to tell you how he died, but he was a monster, but incorruptible. Okay. So y'all ready for the fourth level, which is Nervical samadhi. Okay. Now this level here, and that's Yogananda on the right, and that's his teacher on the left. I know y'all probably thinking, well, shit, they look possessed. Look at their eyes. Nervical samadhi is a state of consciousness where their heartbeats and their vitals are shut off, technically dead. It's kind of like astral projection. Leave your body and come back at will. There's some stories where I read where a saint will say, I'll be back in 4 hours. If it's 12 o'clock, I'll be back at 4 o'clock. Doctors and them checking his vitals, everything is off. And when 4 o'clock come, he come back alive. See, this is not far-fetched, because that thing inside of us that makes us alive, that animates us, that thing that has these experiences when we're asleep, that thing, it's obvious it comes and goes. We won't be here in this physical form forever. It's going to leave. But even when we sleep, we have these experiences in and out, in and out. So it's not far-fetched. Nervical samadhi in the awakened state is the highest level, because you got in tune with this indwelling spirit that animates us, where you can leave the body and come back into the body at will. And again, physical, heartbeat, brain waves, everything is offline, quote unquote, like you dead, and they come back. Very, very high state of waking consciousness. The gentleman on the left, his name is Sri Yukteswar. Yukteswar taught Yogananda on the right. Okay. But they reach this state. And not only did they reach this state, this gentleman in the middle, which is, I'll give y'all the story of how I got into this. That's my guru from the other side. And so that's Paramahamsa Harinanda. The guy in the middle actually got taught. They're in India, and they got taught what's known Kriya Yoga. So the guy in the middle got taught level 1 from Sri Yukteswar on the far right. Yogananda on the left got taught by Yukteswar on the far right. So the far right is Yukteswar, the guru of both of these. But Yogananda on the left initiated Paramahamsa Harinanda in the middle into, I believe, level 2 and 3 of Kriya. Okay. And so when I came across his work about in 2015, I went to Joliet, Illinois, and I stayed with his granny actually, for a couple days, about a week. And I went through a Kriya Yoga initiation that was passed on from this lineage right here. Okay. And I started having dreams. That whole week I was having dreams, and they were visiting me. The two far left, Yogananda, and the one in the center, Harinanda. They were visiting me, especially Harinanda. He was visiting me. And he put something in my right hand in one of the dream visions, and that shit felt so real. And they have this thing that's called Shaktipa. Shaktipa is where it's this transference of energy from the guru to the teacher, or the teacher to the student, rather. Okay. So I was having these experiences. I got to find one of my journals. It was crazy, back to back to back to back to back and whatnot. And he showed me something in one of the visions, Harinanda, the one in the middle, where I couldn't go into his successor's teaching, and he pointed to a room and told me to go where I was having my own room. Basically, carry on. Don't follow, create, in a sense. Okay. And so he was known to reach a state of Nervical samadhi in the middle where he will fall out against a tree and people will see blood. One time he was actually in a room and blood was coming out the door. Good thing he was by the door. They had to bust down the door and wake him up, because he would leave the body. He'd be such in a trance that he'd leave the body and just fall out. Okay. He would do that. Now, to Yogananda, the one on the far left, you can look into this. Yogananda died giving a speech in California when the ambassador of India was in the United States. Okay. And he saw that yoga had finally took root. It's a big old conference that they have, and so he know that yoga is taking root in the West. His job is done. And he gave a speech. And at the end of this speech, he said, like, when this body is hollow and it hits the sod. And when he said hit the sod, he fell back, boom, and left the body for good. Look into it. Paramahamsa Yogananda's death. How did he die? Giving a speech. And he told his students, the time is near. He told them then, when he's about to come out on stage, the time is near. They ain't paying attention. Homeboy about to get up out of here. And if you look at his death day, you will see it's going to align with his teacher on the far right, Yukteswar's death day, within like a 2-day window, which is the same energy. Okay. So these were very extreme high states of consciousness. And when it comes to the Kriya Yoga teachings, I get it from this lineage right here. Okay. Wish I had a picture that Jew took of me when I was up there with some of these Indian monks. All right. So the third level, the external light. All right. Now, this is when we start getting into the inner alchemy aspect of this thing. Okay. All right. So here is Harinanda, the guru, hugging on this gentleman in New York City by the name of Don Baba. Don Baba is a cold boy. I actually talked to him before. He a cold boy, but let me watch this video. You see the light? Look at that light. Look at that. What's up, Kendrick? Look at that light, man. I gotta play that again. Look at that light. The violet flame, the purple light. Look at that. That is insane, man. Hold on. I gotta pause. Look at that. Ooh-wee. Yeah, you want to talk about a hologram and projection. Boy, he tapped in. Okay. And that's the guru, Hari Nanda, if you want to learn how to spell his name. Okay. And so that's who the guru, look, the guru loved Don Baba. You can see it. And it was this type of love and compassion that I got from him that made me go up under his lineage. And then he started appearing in my dreams. But he gave him the light. It is clear. You can see the affection. And I can show you several pictures like this with them too. Okay. All right. So there's something known because y'all saw the purple light. Y'all saw the purple light on Don Baba. But ladies and gentlemen, this has already been recorded, especially in the Christian pantheon. Don't let Christianity fool you. Okay. It's called the Violet Flame of Saint Germain. Okay, I just put two different like books up there to let you know that this stuff people been knew about this in this what we call the mystery schools or the metaphysical schools. Okay, the Violet Flame of Saint Germain. All right. Well, I have personal experience, and listen, I'm not showing you this to gloat. This ain't about that. I'm teaching and sharing enlightenment. You know, I get down with manifestation. I get down with real estate, but I also get down with enlightenment. So on the far left, there's a purple flame. At the top right, you can see a yellow light on my forehead. I can show you another picture in a different position where that yellow light is right there. Yeah, that's me with the Masonic square and compass on because I went through that school of thought too. And camera said, God damn, it's a goddamn transparent green light. I didn't make that up in the form of a square. But if you understand the symbol that I got on my hat, the bottom symbol that looked like a V is called a square. So I got a green light on me. I got purple, I got yellow, I got green. I got them rainbow colors in my cup. Okay. But this is seriously, this is a real phenomenon where you will start to radiate a light when you do this work. Okay. And here's my first teacher on the left. And he was a minister in the Nation of Islam. But obviously you can tell, and no disrespect to the nation, but this is more some Mother Tynetta type esoteric type stuff. So on the far left, you can see a beam of white light in his presence. And he got zikr beads on his wrist that I gifted him when I visited a Sufi. I visited a Sufi Sheikh fellowship in Philadelphia. And I gave them zikr beads to him as a gift that's on his wrist. But beamed up by the light. And then on the right-hand side is me in North Carolina in I forget what year that was. 2012, maybe 2011, 2012, I think it was. You can just literally see the mist of light swirling like a chi ball. Very interesting. Swirling around me. This is real life stuff. Here's a picture from one of the trips that we take. You see Doreen, we in Sedona. The yellow light, we may call it a camera flare. Okay, but you can see the energy fields. On the right, sacred location. I'm not telling people the sacred locations where we going no more. And that's how I used to get down. Like, I'm doing a trip. You better meet me at this spot and pick you up, and I'm gonna take you. Because I don't want the general public per se knowing. If you win, you win. If not, you catch you on the one that you do make it. But you see light, purple light extending down from the heavens onto this sacred land. You see that earth mound back there, because these was earth-shaped pyramids, a place that we were visiting. And this is that's the first trip. That's March equinox 2011. Far right. Okay. This is why it's important to visit these energy centers and do your meditation and your prayer work and your visualization. All right. So now the second level was known as the golden stream. The golden stream pretty much says, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we have to activate the meridians and chakras inside of our bodies. And then our body is going to create a halo, a glow. It's like an electrical, it's like, this picture is really what it is. I promise you, because I've been in this state before as well on 3 different occasions. Okay. 3 different occasions I've been in this state where I was able to activate that. That feeling there is, all I can say is electrifying, because that's what it is. Electrical current has finally opened up. All the pathways is open, and the current in your body don't have no blockages, and you become this picture right here. Okay. So it's ways that we have to open that up. So then that's a particular stage. Okay. The best I can show you, in a sense, because I have the technology that I invested in, and this is 2013 me. You see the date, 7/25. Look at that. What a coincidence. Now is we like 7/15, 10 days, we in the same pocket. 10 years ago, I was dealing with this, a whole decade ago. So the aura became this white, bright light. Okay. This is very real for us to reach this state. All right. First level, which is the beginning. And okay. You have to activate what you call the chakras. Very important to do that. All right. You have to activate these energy centers. So these 7 seals that I'm going to get into next week, these 7 seals and revelations, you got to open these up. Because the kingdom is where? Within. So these ain't no physical history buildings somewhere. It ain't in the city of Philadelphia. Philadelphia represents brotherly love. It's a concept of love. Ain't got nothing to do with the city. In what you think is in ancient Turkey somewhere. It's what's within you. Okay. So we got to open these up right here, because that's where it resides at. Okay. So when you look, and this ain't no theory. Okay. So when you look at this picture and you see the bottom, it says 8/15/2013. You can look at those 7 chakras, those 7 churches, those 7 seals within me. Number 1 is off the chain. Number 3 and 4 is off the chain at perfect 100%. So scored very high back then. That's 10 years ago. Okay. This is like last week. My eyes is low, but this is last week. I think let's say on the 8th. Look on the far left. The energy is down. There's a certain Qigong technique. You want to know how to activate it? It's Qigong. It's a certain Qigong technique that I do. Then I come right back, not even 30 minutes later. And then you can see on the right-hand side, those 7 seals, they boosted up. My Patreon members know. I've been playing with it on purpose, showing them before and afters. Here go another one. Right? So that was like June 23rd or something like that. Late June. Look on the far left. Just look at the bottom 7 colors. These 7 graphs on the bottom. Look how low it is. I come back. The time is off on this one. Can't see it. But I come back within 30 minutes to an hour. And this one here is an hour later. You can actually see the body picture. The energy centers are nice, round, and smooth. But look at the body graph. Right? The chakra graphs. And so now all of them are going up. Okay. I'll show you one more. It's just another side. This was in June. On the far left, the energy centers. Look at the energy centers in the body. Very small at the root. The yellow one is blotted. Like it ain't nice and smooth. But when you look on the right, and this is like not even an hour later, like 48 minutes later, I believe, what's happening? The energy comes to pretty much 2 solid colors, yellow and green. Whereas on the left, you see orange, it's purple at the top, purple at the bottom, green on the inside, right? But after I do the technique, those energy centers come online and the energy balances itself out to perfection. And I ain't even on my nutritional game yet, right? I'm in my fat body right now. But dig it. Here go the mystery, right? They tell you that you have 33 individual bones in your vertebrae. Sometimes we can have 24 by the time we come to the age of an adult. But that's interesting because in Luke 3, they tell you Jesus started preaching around age 30. And they give his crucifixion date around 33. So they say he taught for 3 years. That's why they tell you Jesus was about 33 years old. So they give his crucifixion date around 33 AD. But then they turn around and tell you that, he was buried in the place of Golgotha, which is the place of the skull. So, but what a coincidence, these 33 vertebrae is connected to your skull. So they're giving you a process of what's known as inner alchemy, man. Okay? They're giving you a process of inner alchemy. And how to climb this. This is Jacob's ladder right here. How to climb this ladder to activate these stages of enlightenment. Okay. So let's recap. Okay. The highest level, rainbow body. It's after death. Your body disappears. What's messing with that? Your body disappears when you die. That's the 6th and final level. The 5th level, the incorruptible. Your body stays the same. It doesn't decay and rot. The worms ain't gonna eat you up, right? Your body stays the same. The 4th, the waking state where you can leave your body at will. Woo, you a bad boy when you can do that. That's something else. Okay. The 3rd, you got radiating lights around you. Yeah, when you take pictures, lights is around you. Or people who are sensitive can see your aura. But the camera, who has a fine line of resolution, who ain't got no emotion, ain't bogged down by bills and stuff, it'll pick it up. Okay. The 2nd, the golden stream, activating all of the currents in the body. And the 1st is opening up the chakras. Just because you get the chakras going, the golden don't mean the meridians is open yet. Okay. So these are processes that we have to go through. So how do we do it? How do we do it? Well, my friends, I'm sorry. You know what I got to do to you. I'm not sorry, but it's just, it's part of the process, man. You do it by doing the work. I told you it's some Qigong exercise you can do. You can find one that's great for you. The one that we specifically do that's being dropped in the Patreon is the one that I do. But here's the kicker, though. Seriously. Hold on. I'm going to get it for y'all. Hold on. All right. So I invested in this box right here. Okay. And so you put your left hand on this sensor box because the left hand reads the heart. And all it's picking up is biodata feedback, electrical currents. The vibration of the electrical current, the wavelength, generates a color. And that tell you what frequency you on. Okay. And so what we're doing is making customized days or weekends for you where you have to, because see, this is physical. This ain't, you're not going to be able to meditate yourself into this state. Not far as the energy being activated, not by itself. Okay. It's a physical practice that has to be done. And so what that requires is for those that are willing to do the work, jump into Patreon. But then we have to take it a step further where you say, hey, I got to come to you, or how can we meet so I can get on this machine so I can make sure that the technique that I'm doing, you have some tangible result now. You have a before and an after. So in other words, what a customizable weekend look like for you and maybe one other person. I can do one other person. I'm not doing more than two because it's time consuming. Say you get in on a Friday. As soon as you fresh off the street, come in, I need to get your raw baseline energy. See where you at. Saturday morning, you wake up. I want to see what your energy is when you wake up. Now let's go do some energy work. Now come back and get back on the box and compare your energy work to with your wake up energy and see if we can see a difference. Then we're going to travel to one of these sacred sites and do energy work there. Excuse me, put you on the machine there so we can see what your energy is like when you at this site versus where you was at earlier in comparison to the first two reports. Okay. The second day or Sunday is energy work in the morning to compare to Saturday's wake up energy work to see where you was at. Then, okay, then past life regression. Oh, very important. We talked about that yesterday on Blog Talk on Sister Bev's show, Truth to Power. Me and Jew was over there. But we can get into that because you got to get inside of there. Trust me when I tell you that. You have to get inside of your subconscious mind. Okay. So then we do what I call an advanced relaxation technique and really get in. And then I'm going to show you the raw truth about your zodiac sign. Because see, what we do in the Patreon, if you're paying attention, for those of you that are over there, only thing you have to do is break this thing down to its elemental energy. And this becomes important. I'm not spending the time reading your chart. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is just give you your energetic signature. That's important. So case in point, I'll show you something. Like if I have three planets and fire signs, and then I got, let's just say 4 or 5 in air signs and 1 water, 2 earth. I'm predominantly air dominant. Now say that I'm in a relationship with somebody. It can be a business relationship. It can be whatever. And let's just say they have fire, but they're air dominant too, right? And so now when we add them up together as a relationship, we're air dominant. But that means that the relationship should be a reflection of who? Both the individuals, because that person as an individual has more air in their chart. I have more air in my chart. So naturally the relationship is going to produce air. So what is air? Communication. So now this could be a relationship where we talk all the time. We have ideas. We're producing things. We're doing stuff. You see what I'm saying? And so to have a conversation is super easy. It's not strenuous. You can be on the phone for hours upon hours, right? Or in each other's company for hours upon hours. COVID and being on, lockdown won't destroy this type of relationship because of the elemental energies that exist. And it's your sign, but you got to know how to get to the core of it, which is the energy. Okay. And so you're going to leave my presence with knowing that what that is for you, something in your hand that shows you that, and how to what I call alchemize that. Right. This stuff is easy. I'm sorry I gotta say it, but it is, because it's all about energy. And so what I mean by that is, if you air, then okay, what's your favorite scent? Purify the air. You should do that anyway, but purify the air, incense, things of that nature. There's a spiritual aspect to it, and then there is more of a physical thing to do, right? So a physical thing to do would be like, well, shit, since we talking so much, you want to do a book? You want to do a podcast together? Let's do something. You know what I'm saying? Bam. So now that becomes a physical project. If you're on the earth plane with it, you should study money and create a joint bank account, create an LLC with the intention on, let's just put $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000, whatever your goal is, make that the goal, because y'all energy is earth. Even if you deficient in that energy, you need to work on learning how to balance that out. But I'll be able to show you that. Okay. So this is a customizable weekend, or if you just want to come and get the chakra attunement in a sense, hit me up. And this is the thing with me, man. This ain't nothing you can go to a website and just book and buy. Like, you got to hit me up so we can understand, because each person's individual need is different. And that's why I don't really do the commercial aspect of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with it. I just don't do it. I understand, of having years of experience at this point. I've been got it like, oh, okay, like everybody's need is different anyway. Right. And so if that be the case, then you have to address it on an individual need. But this ain't, this is another aspect of the work. There's one thing for us to manifest stuff, and that's great. We should, right? We're magnets. We should magnetize and live a life that we want. But listen, these levels of enlightenment, when it's clear, what you saw today, it should be very, very, very clear that those are some high states of consciousness. And wherever they at, because they ain't physically in this body no more, they good. Oh, they good. They good. Super good. Right? And so let's be okay with the basic levels of heaven and hell, in a sense, right? That's some heavenly stuff that we just seen, for sure. And I'm not talking about torture hell, but I'm just talking about, heaven and hell, in the sense of, low level consciousness when you leave, to a very high pristine state of consciousness when you leave. Okay. And so get with me. Join the Patreon. It's only $15. Like, that's why I be like, yo, y'all tripping. Only $15 and whatnot. And but you can get at me. You can email me too, the nobleampu@gmail. You see that right there? My name, nobleampu@gmail. You can email me. We'll get with you. And we want to do something. So if you want those reports that I'm doing and stuff, hit me up, man. Let's really put in the work and start cultivating the light body. Because I'm telling you, next month when Virgo season kick in, that's the time that I always used to do my colonics and get my colon taken care of and stuff. That's the time I start getting into, because Virgo is health and intestines. So that's the time I start getting on my 14-day juice fast and stuff like that. I'm about to purposely hold myself accountable in the public and transform this big boy, because I'm in my big body now. I'm about to go back to a smaller body. Watch and see. Mark my words. Mark my words, because I'll come and be like, hey, 21 day all fruit juice challenge. But I'm only doing that to hold myself accountable, right? It's not to challenge you. It's really, I'm saying, hey guys, if I make myself do this, will you go with me? Because I'm not going to let myself fall off if I got you with me. You see what I'm saying? And so I need your support in that sense. Okay. All right, Greg, what's happening, man? What's going on? Greg said, peace to you. All right. Cheyenne says, yes. Oh, yeah, we all got to tap into that, man. For real. We got to. PI astrology in the building. What's going on? He said, I also see auras, especially when I'm alkalined up phase. Oh, yeah. You got the gift, man. You got the gift. I can't see them, but I can sense them. You know what I'm saying? You know, Kevin Gates shine. Say what you want to say. He crazy, Aquarian, my crazy Aquarian brother, but he shine for sure. All right. What's that? Octavia Allen Carter says, I'm late, but I made it. Peace and blessings. Peace to you. Glad to have you here. Go back, hit the rewind button. All right. You know, check it out and whatnot. Mike P in the building, said he appreciates the build and whatnot. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all tonight. It's 9:30 already. I'm gonna get out of here. But again, the only thing you got to do, man, seriously, is join me right here on that Patreon, right there at the bottom of that screen, right there. Or is that right there? All right, the Patreon, Noble and Pooh, man, get at me. And I'll see y'all next week. Next Saturday, we're gonna be back and we're gonna deal with the 7 churches in the Book of Revelations as they pertain to the energy centers in the body and whatnot. Peace. I see you. What's happening? Peace. That's what we're gonna deal with next Saturday. And happy Shabbat. The Sabbath is today and ends today. We're already ended and whatnot. Shout out to the 5th house for coming in and opening it up for me. I appreciate you and whatnot. But yeah, man, I'll see y'all later. All right. Peace.